What it do, baby? We back at it again. Me and my boy Ramos, we here at episode 4.
Yes.
Super Bowl Sunday. How
Man,
you feeling, right?
Come on. I'm feeling a little disappointed. I'm not going to even front, because this is going to come out post anyway, so everybody will know the Super Bowl results. But man, did I want to fight. And we didn't get one.
Did not get one.
So,
did not get one. Next year, he'll be there. He'll be there again.
Yeah, not against the refs.
Not
Probably against an actual opponent, you know?
Facts. Straight like that. All right, so let's get into it. It's been a crazy good week.
We took a week off. So in that week, we had a Kobe celebration, which was, just dope. Lamar had to take out mental space for that. He can't even keep going. He also had his second child, correct? Chloe Bean, come on. So she's
baby.
napping right now in the back. You can't see her until she's about 2 years old. So, we'll let you see her later. But yeah, so that's what's been happening the last week. And just in case you thought that we had a fall off, we didn't.
Right.
We were just, mental breaks and anniversaries,
That's it.
Here we go.
That's it. Straight like that. Okay, so we coming up now. I feel like I've been saying this every single time. We coming up on the halfway point.
Because the season just so spread out and crazy. You don't know what the halfway point is. They keep moving the goalposts, basically.
Pretty much. But we're gonna start this one off with Rookie of the Year talk right now. We've given Lamelo Ball a lot of love this season.
I don't think we have. I don't think you have. I remember I came out the gate swinging with Lamelo. I said, start my guy. I said all this stuff. And then I think James Borrego is his name. He was on the hot seat. Because I think MJ and all of the fan base about to fire you if you don't start him. I don't care about Rozier or anybody that's balling right now, or Graham. And then, just like Keenan predicted, they started that dude. They started him, and he's been balling ever since.
He's been balling. Had a little 8 and 8. He looks fluid. He looks like the Jason Kidd reincarnated. He looks absolutely great. I'm impressed.
Like I expected.
Like you expected. Now, I was high on him come out draft. I didn't know how he would be, but he is...
Could you imagine if the Warriors drafted him?
Yes.
Bucket.
Yeah,
Why is he not even playing, bro? He don't even give me that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't playing. When he do is, rim runs, and Draymond Green is leading you literally all the time. If I was Kobe or MJ or somebody, I'll just listen to Draymond and I know where Wiseman going.
Right.
That's it. So
really like that. So you think Melo will come through, continue to have a successful...
Melo's Rookie of the Year. Melo's going to drop a rookie high. He's going to do some crazy stuff because, like I said, now they're actually releasing the reins on him.
They did.
They should have did it from jump. MJ knew. I think MJ was kind of chilling after the last dance, relaxing, and then he was like, hold up. What is this dude doing? You ain't treating him like Zion. You ain't making him a sixth man. What are you doing? Everybody else's rookies were starting. Everybody else's. And we're like...
And flourishing, too. This is
have him come off the bench, and it's not even a Doc Rivers telling him that. It's a James Borrego. Yeah. From the San Antonio Spurs tree. Nobody knows him. I had to look him up. I know what he did, but, that's it. You know what I mean? So I thought that was stupid, and I would fire the coach still off of that, because I just thought that you wasted 15 games in the season. But now they're in the seed, and they're good, but I think Melo's going to end up in the playoffs, and I think barring some craziness, he could give you some worries, because I think he just ignites his team. You can see everybody excited to play now.
They look great when he's running that fast break. Mm-hmm. Behind the back.
And he is the point, he is the center, he is calling it, and that's something that he has over Zion.
Yeah.
Because Zion, we'll get there, but yeah.
Yeah. I got to agree with you on that. I'm looking at him averaging 16, maybe 8, maybe 3. Yeah. He's definitely going to borderline a double-double and could get them a couple wins. They've had a couple wins this year, some solid wins, but I agree they could make a play-in, maybe not the playoffs, but the play-in.
Yeah,
but like you
they'll
said,
make one of them 6 through 8.
6 through 8. When he's running that fast break, they're deadly. You got Graham running on the right side. Gordon Hayward is actually having a superb year in comparison to when he was with the Celtics.
Yeah, and LaMelo's height is serious. People act like that it was a fake 6'8", 6'7", but it's not. That's real, and that's why I thought, again, buyer's remorse. The Warriors were stupid.
Yep. Yep. All right, so we had a little, not a huge deal breaker, trade, blockbuster, maybe like a Netflix trade. Because Blockbuster ain't around no more. D-Rose to the Knicks. The Knicks look good right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So how do you feel about that? Tell me. Oh, yeah, you in New York, so it's probably a little bit more litty. So they love D-Rose being back in the city.
Yeah. Okay. They like D-Rose back in the city. They like this guy from my job. He absolutely loves Toppin.
Yeah.
He thinks RJ Barrett could blossom.
Yeah, well, here's a couple of things. What I was tripping off of is, like, I think the night that the Nets had a big game, Quickly was on the front page in the morning in New York, and that's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
That Quickly gets the front page. And another thing, what was the last thing you said?
What, RJ Barrett?
RJ Barrett. So his godfather is Steve Nash. So if nobody knows that, his dad played in the Canadian basketball league with Steve Nash. So Steve Nash is his godfather. So when people have anointed RJ Barrett and they're not trying to trade him, it's for that reason. They think he's going to be the next Canadian star. His godfather, Steve Nash, they're keeping him there. And so that's
jump for Ray one time. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a little bit of game right there. So like when I found that out, I was like, wait, he played with Steve Nash's dad. Steve Nash played with him in the Canadian team. And so yeah, so all that. So it wasn't a fluke that he was numbered, 2 or 3 and all that. Nah, they picked him because they thought that he's going to have Steve Nash skills or he's been mentored by the best. So we'll see.
So is D-Rose going to start or is D-Rose going to come off the bench as a 6th man?
First 10 games off the bench and then start and roll.
I think he's coming at a start. I like Quickly and what he's doing. I like them running this youth ball. Seeing and Randall, shout out Randall.
Randall, he said, don't say youth ball. Say that with my chest. Like Randall ain't playing that, man. Randall, he's here. Yeah, he's good.
You know what I mean? He's having a great year, he's been a great player. You know what I mean? He just couldn't have great stats. He
was mad. I remember watching this. I just watch basketball stuff in my spare time. And I remember watching an old interview of Cantor saying, what is Zion's nothing but Julius Randle with hops. And he said that last year in the beginning of the 2019 season. And Julius Randle was like, yo, dude, I gave you 45 last time we faced each other. Right. But still, like, that's why Julius is balling out, because he's like, yo.
That's a good reference, though. Yeah. I've said that before as well.
Exactly. And he hears you, Lamar. I'm just letting you know he hears you, and he's up in New York lighting up. So next time you come to the Garden, do not wear a Julius Randle shirt. You better come with, like, Austin Rivers or something before he gets traded.
Sure. And when he come back fully healthy, because he's been out a couple of games. When Rivers gets healthy.
That's why I think Rose is coming off the bench. I think Rivers will start, and I think it'll be smart for Rivers to start. I don't think Rose got it in his bones to start. Why would you start Rose? Just have him be explosive and then put him back on the bench. That's what I would do. But hey, I ain't Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau is going to run Rose into the ground with those new reincarnated, reconstructed legs. He's going to be like, let's test them.
Let's test them out.
Tell me what you feel about, this is crazy to me, the Lonzo talks. I get the JJ Redick trade talks, but there's talks about trading Lonzo Ball in his second year with Zion. Why? What's your take on it?
It's not working. And I'm going to tell you why. Originally, when they drafted Zion,
they didn't draft him. Lakers.
They didn't draft him. Zion?
I'm sorry. I meant Lonzo. Lonzo is being traded, and he's on the trade market with JJ Redick. Now, why is he getting traded? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, me confused. I was like,
I'm sorry, not Zion. Why is Lonzo being traded right now? It's crazy to me. I don't think
I'm going to tell you why.
Be up there.
It's because of Zion. They are trying to figure out what pieces to put around him. And JJ, that contract he got, he shouldn't have got anyway. But that's here nor there. Get up off of him. He's aging. He's not who he is. He's kind of like Cal Korver.
On a contender for sure. If he was on the Nets, he'd be hitting down clutch threes.
Ship him to Boston. Mm-hmm. Now you have Lonzo, who is in the same boat as Kuzma, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean? Like, they're in that same group of who's actually progressing, who's declining, and who's peaked. I personally think he's peaked. And they see that. And that's why this year, he should have took the money. He said, I'm going to run it up. Let's see what we're going to do. This year, he hasn't done anything. His jump shot still broke after all these years. everybody can be a point guard, but not everybody can shoot as a point guard. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference between being a point guard and being a dual threat. Okay. Look at Lamelo. You know what I mean? He let that thing fly.
Of course, he has a better jump shot than his brother.
If you can flip him they'll get some picks.
Of course.
I mean, shoot, homeboy, that GM, he know how to get some picks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look what he got for Drew Holiday.
Yeah, David Griffin.
So ship him. This is my thought process. Ship him to the Clippers.
Okay.
Go get Pat Beverly, a pick, maybe just a pick, maybe just a random person, but those two, put him on there. Now you got Pat to play solid defense, hit the 3 ball. If they do keep JJ or if they don't, run it up with that. And now you have a little bit more spacing because, see, teams are starting to shrink in the paint.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, there's a segment called Who He Played For. Is Reggie Jackson still on the Clippers? I know he was on there last year. I don't know if he's still
on there last year, but I don't know if he's... Yes, but see... I don't know.
I would just trade that for Lonzo. Yes, so here's my only thing.
Yes, he is.
I would trade him for Lonzo just because, one, that's the only thing that I would say.
Let me cut you off. I just thought about it. Maybe not Pat, Lou Williams.
Yeah, Lou.
Because
they didn't get along last year. It was bad chemistry, all that stuff.
He's not getting burned right now. For some odd reason, he's not getting play time right now. Ty Lue ain't playing.
You know why?
Why?
I mean, I was reading the tabloids. It was like, yo, the issues is between like the core group is either Harold, Lou Williams, Kawhi, and Paul George. The guys that were there, and Pat Bev, the guys that were there didn't like the guys that came in. Besides Kawhi being treated like a champion, besides living in San Diego, that's just weird because I live in LA. You can't live in San Diego and then you just can't do it, bro.
Practice, but
so besides that, Paul George talking that talk like he's an actual MVP, not just a candidate, like an actual MVP. That's how Paul George was talking. And one of them got shipped to signed to Lakers because they knew they weren't coming back.
Correct.
And so signed for a small amount. And so the other one is staying because they're on the hometown deal. I think a year ago he signed for 3 years, 21 million. So that's $7 million a year for Lou Williams, a perennial 6-man. They're just like, yo, we can't trade him for nothing. But just like you said, if you trade him for Lonzo and he goes back home to Los Angeles, it's the only thing that makes sense. Because besides that, you're legitimately just trading away a young star.
Yeah, exactly. That's like what I'm saying. You trade him to
you do it to the Bulls. That's crazy and dumb because he's gonna be traded and flipped somewhere else. It's just like another young star. Like he needs to be surrounded by vets. Like I'm just sick of it. Like GMs, do your job and just do the best like for your team and the other. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Get him with some vets. That's what I'm saying.
I'm glad you said the Clippers because before that I was gonna be like, you're crazy if you're just gonna trade him to like the Bulls or you know what I mean.
I really thought about it. I was looking at the different teams and I was like, wow, the Clippers need to make a move to get them over the hump because they still have no point guard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They have no true point guard. And if you had a point guard that could facilitate that offense, you can't have 2 forwards on a team and no facilitator.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You need that to get over the hump. They're not beating the Lakers or they go make a trade for Bradley Beal. That ain't happening. You know what I mean?
So, like, since you said small market and getting over the hump, let's talk about getting over the hump, and let's talk about the Denver Nuggets. All right. So, Jokic, I think maybe a couple of days ago, maybe it was last night. My days run together, but he dropped a 50 piece, and it was a career high for him.
Yeah.
And the Nuggets are surprising me, definitely. I know you always have them.
Too. We came back in the fourth quarter, smoked them.
All right, calm down. But you always have them at the top of your conference list, which is like, definitely admirable. Right. So do you think the Nuggets can get over the hump?
No.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
I love Malone too. I love him as a coach. Yeah. Excellent coach, got a great winning record.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to fire him because I think he's great. Gary Harris, it's time to flip him. Flip his ass.
Ooh, yeah, of course. Yeah, he ain't making much. That's the issue. He's not making much.
Right.
And so you can't flip him for what? I mean, unless you're doing Lonzo. I mean.
Yeah, and if he's hurt every other week, you can't flip him.
Yeah.
Now, Joker, what can you say about Joker? He's progressing. He's doing what he needed to do as a
of course.
Progress. get a 3-ball, lose weight, play the bet. I mean, whenever he plays against big stars, he plays up.
He balls out. Yeah, he does. He does.
So what's the issue is the question. You see what I'm saying? They play subpar defense. They shouldn't have got rid of Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
That hurt them. You know.
They should play Bol.
Huh?
They should play Bol.
They should have played Bol. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is MPJ doing right now?
Average.
Okay, so yeah, they just haven't. Yeah, they haven't taken that step past the bubble. But me and you already thought that they would like some faulty.
Yeah,
Jokic isn't faulty in the bubble. He's not faulty as a player. Period. He's a foreign player. He knows how to get to his spots, and he's more on fundamentals and not on athleticism. So when we're talking about inflated numbers, we're talking about Jamal Murray shooting lights out like he was in an empty gym because he was
not balling again this year.
Yeah, and he was having MJ packages. He was doing crazy stuff. I mean, they beat the Clippers, which is halfway mentally, but the other half, they actually did. They did beat them. Jokic is solid, and Jamal Murray played above average. So I agree with you. I'm really interested in getting these knee-jerk reactions from you. So I have a couple of knee-jerk reactions that I have to give you, and I know you have a couple from me, but I have to give you these right now because they're hot, man. They're hot. So I'm gonna say them, and then I'm gonna give you, a few. We ain't gonna talk about it long. I'm gonna try not to rebuttal to my most extent because I just want to hear your take on it. So first hot topic is why is Zion not getting much love this year when he's doing like MJ type streaks and numbers of like 20 points a game, all that stuff, and it's like he's doing better than he was last year, more minutes, less love.
So I'm gonna tell you the big reason why. Because the Zion hype went out as fast as it came in.
But why is that?
They thought Zion was going to transcend the game. But Zion is just Dominique Wilkins. That's all he is. It's a highlight reel. Zion isn't going to bring you to a championship. He'll never do that. Zion's never going to drop a 40 ball and shoot outside the paint. If you paired him up with a guard that was dirty, then we could talk. And he's not getting the minutes. Granted, not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
And he did not lose the weight. So they thought the bubble came, had a long layoff. I thought he was going to come back 20 pounds lighter, come back 265.
Yeah.
Then we would have said, wow, Zion looks like he might be most improved. Instead, he just looks like, okay, I'm going to dunk on you. I'm going to get a lot of rebounds, tip backs. What more can he do for us besides that? That's why
I will shoot him some bail because I said, what more does he have to do when he's like Shaq and he can do that at will? He came in the league taking like Robin Lopez to the basket. That dude is 7'2", so to shoot him bail, I would say he is most improved. The coach, Stan Van Gundy, is not doing as well as we thought he would do in this position. I thought he would be a championship coach, putting them back to their Orlando days. He's not. It just doesn't. It's not a popular organization, so I agree with all of that. Outside of the fact that he's underperforming, I don't think he's underperforming. I do think that he can shoot outside the paint. I just don't think he has to. I think it's like Giannis can't. I don't think Zion's the same. Like Ben Simmons can't. I don't think Zion's the same.
They're all at the same playground. I get what you're saying.
But Zion made 4 threes his opening night. I don't care how many he met.
Last year, I think he only took 3.
That's cool. He only took it. But I'm saying how many he made his opening night, and I've never seen Ben Simmons make 4 threes. I have never seen Giannis go off and like hit 5 threes. So it's just, hey man, and I mean probably Giannis. You can probably fact check me, but I haven't seen it. Like with the hand up there, like it's wet, and I'm letting it stick. Like I haven't seen it. It's up and it's stuck. Shout out to Cardi. I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? So
now, mind, like I said, if they flip Lonzo for Lou, and they can somehow get that paint to not be shrunken down, now you're going to see Zion go.
If they do get more shooters besides Redick, because Redick is not athletic. You need athleticism with Zion, so I agree with you. Here's the thing. You think Zach LaVine will be traded?
No.
Cool. We'll move on. What is wrong with Miami?
Jimmy Butler. Him being out for so long.
He dropped some weight too.
Huh?
He dropped some weight too. He looking skinny.
Yeah.
The COVID
COVID hurt him. it didn't hurt him, but COVID hit, and that team, he is that team. As much as he isn't a superstar, he's a star in his own right.
So, do you think that they overachieved last year?
No, I think they.
I keep trying to have you deflate that bubble ring, but you get me every time. I keep trying to get you. I'm like, yeah, they overachieved. Yeah, that made it a little weaker. Yeah, keep going to my narrative. All right, cool.
No, I liked them. I liked them last year. They played. The team they played like last year was like a Cinderella team in the NCAA tournament. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody rooted for them to beat the Lakers. You know what I mean? But they knew they wouldn't beat them. And this year, Andrew Bug hurt them. They need to just drop Haslam or put him as a coach because the man ain't suited up all year. And then he want to talk about, you can't let me go to my friend's house.
Yeah.
Don't even play.
You about to pass the pandemic through this whole team just by you coming to shoot around, passing me a ball. Yeah. So next is what's wrong with Toronto?
Oof. Now that one, because remember I had them. I think when we did episode 1, I had them higher up.
Yeah.
Now they're abysmal. And if we're gonna go off a highlight of Fred as the highlight of the season, there's issues.
Or the star of your team, there's issues. You can't have a 5'11" star of your team. You saw with Isaiah Thomas.
You can't have it.
The whole system was built
Isaiah
around
Thomas was a stud.
And the whole system was built around him, but it's still in yet. Like, that's the most that we've seen it, and you can't do it. Will Utah stay number 1?
No. Utah after... Utah
Is that the Shaq effect? Is that the Shaq effect?
No, I'm not giving Shaq no credit.
Thank you.
I'm going to give Donovan Mitchell. And Donovan Mitchell was one of the people that you said might have been inflated from the bubble, but we're seeing that he actually worked on his game.
I thought so. I'm still not pulling back on all my Donovan Mitchell takes, but I do feel like people are boosting it when they compare him to Dwayne Wade. I just don't feel like he's a little bit shorter than D Wade, I think.
It's like a smidget.
Yeah, and I think he doesn't have the body.
He's athletic.
Yeah, he just a little less though. And not as much dog as D Wade. D Wade had that Chicago in him, bro. It was so it's just a little bit. And so when people say that, and I'm thinking of D Wade, the dog that saw LeBron miss a dunk and dunked on his teammate, and that's his boy. Like, that's when I'm like, I don't see Donovan Mitchell doing that. Just because he's a really nice guy. He's the Spider. He's in Utah. All that. Utah's a nice market too for stars. So we ain't gonna act. We ain't gonna act like it's a small market team. Like, no, it's a good market for stars. So, my last thing for you. So you said Utah is not going to stay number 1. Do you think?
No.
I think they'll still stay the top 3. I think top 3 to 4.
Okay, I guess you didn't give me time frame. How long?
Yeah. How long will they stay number 1?
Is that what you're asking me? How long will they stay number 1?
Yeah. I think. I was asking you if you thought they would finish the season number 1.
Hell no.
Do you think they'll finish the season in the top 3?
Yes. And I'm going to tell you why. They're going to take the Nuggets spot.
Okay.
They're going to take the 3rd seed.
Yeah, the Nuggets don't have a second. I'm sorry, Jamal Murray. I almost said I didn't have a second star. They do, but he don't play like it night in and night out.
No, that's what I'm saying. And he was, if there's one person outside of TJ Warren that was in the bubble effect, that had that
TJ Warren was bubble LeBron up there. He was everything. Yeah.
Jamal had that Bugs Bunny water.
Yeah.
And now he's all out.
Yeah.
It won't nothing come out. And the only way they get over the hump is if he gonna have to average 27 a night.
Yeah. Last hot take for me is thoughts about Luka, man. I'm hearing both sides of the fence. I'm hearing people say he whine too much. I'm hearing Mark Cuban come to his defense and says he shut up, like that guy doesn't know about basketball. But obviously he's a writer, so he knows a little bit about basketball. And then Luka's balling out, but like you have.
But is he? Whoa! Is he really balling out, or is his stats inflated?
But then how are they inflated when you have Porzingis and other teammates?
He just came back though.
Yeah, but I can never say his stats are inflated when he is not the only star on his team on the Mavs. He's got good role players and he's got good stars, another budding star next to him, and he still puts up those numbers. So I don't think they're inflated. Like 35, 17, and 15. Four of those.
Shooting 23%. 29%.
Yeah,
I saw that stat that came out about him and Russell Westbrook. He's shooting worse threes than Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but I think that's like no more Seth Curry. Big blow.
They got a good team though.
They do have a good team, but where's the three ball coming from?
Tim Hardaway. He let that thing sing. He let it sing. He got hot. You don't remember them New York days? That boy had the green light in New York.
Yeah, I do remember the New York days. I remember the Hawk days, and I definitely remember the Mavs days. So I'm not here for like. I don't think that he's a consistent 3-pointer. Like I wouldn't put him on my team as the 3-point guy. You know, not like the JJ Redick, not the Seth Currys.
He would be the bottom tier of the
exactly. So because he usually wants to go ISO sometimes too. So he's not going to really stay at the corner.
To the basket.
So Luka saying we lost the 3-pointers. You know, I think 4 of those like assists are stat pattern, but like 15 assists, 12 assists. I think at some point, like, what is the issue with Luka then? Like, what's the issue with the Mavs?
Okay, 1, it's time for Rick Carlisle to retire. It's time.
Maybe. I think just a different scenery, but you know,
the system's played out. You know what I mean? And
maybe
now
top offense in the league last year, but I mean, Silas is gone. But go ahead.
They gave the keys to Luka without a seatbelt. So he is just driving. You know what I mean? He gets reckless at times. And we all love Luka. He is a straight baller.
Mm-hmm.
And I partially blame Porzingis for not, he didn't hit what we thought he was going to be. You know what I mean? We thought he was going to be the unicorn. Turns out he was the donkey. You know what I mean? He was supposed to give us 20 and 10, but I projected this in the beginning when we did our projections. I told you the Mavs wouldn't make the playoffs. I told you that.
I still think they'll make it.
Bro, they're so far down.
They are.
They were on a 4-game losing streak a week ago, and they were looking like...
Just like you said, Porzingis isn't back. Let's see where they are right now. They are... Good God.
They're bottom.
But, I mean, come on. The separation. They have 12 losses. Golden State has 11 losses, and they're an 8th seed.
Golden State's going to make it, though.
But it doesn't, I mean, if Dallas got 12, Dallas got 14 losses. Let me stop boosting. They got 14 losses. Golden State has 11 losses. That's still 3. You go on a 10-game win streak. You in the 6th seed.
That just went in one ear. You said a 10-game win streak?
A 10-game win streak, bro. You're in the 6th seed, bro.
Okay, right.
bro. You get them like I think we're tripping like because I do know Porzingis is supposed to be good. One, he's still young. So we think that he's old, bro. He's not, bro. He's like...
we've had this talk before.
He's like 25.
We did this with Russell Westbrook when I said he's been in the league for so long, we give him a pass. No. If you've been in the league for over 5 years, you're not young anymore. You're not a spring chicken.
and then you add in the Euro League, so that goes more to your narrative because he had played longer overseas.
Yeah.
But what I was saying for him is he's been getting injured a lot. Like he got...
year.
Yeah, so it's like I think that one day whether it's a short year and a half, he's gonna reach that stride that's gonna pay off for the Mavs. It's gonna be that Dirk year.
Oh, okay. When he does that, Russell Westbrook will shoot over 45%.
So Westbrook is about to be out the league in 3 years.
You know what though? They're gonna do Russell like they did Carmelo. Straight up.
If he need to watch that contract and make sure they don't end up buying him out, he better watch it. He better stay in with...
He do that in Washington. They ain't got no money.
Yeah, but if they trade him, the next team buys him out like a Memphis or something, then he's not going to be picked up by like what? Even the Nets wouldn't pick him up. Like, Kyrie don't want no rest in his locker room. He don't care.
No, he don't.
So, yeah, that's the end of my hot takes, man. That's all I had. I needed to hear that.
I got to pull mine up. Okay. Interesting enough, will the Bucks finish first in the East?
The Bucks?
When this is all said and done, because they're on the rise.
No, Philly.
Okay. Why?
Doc Rivers in 3-point shooting. I think Doc Rivers unlocks Tobias Harris, and I think and I think Seth Curry is happy to be with his father-in-law, and I think Ben Simmons, Embiid is getting actual break and rest because Dwight Howard, and Ben Simmons just made 5 out of 6 three-pointers in a warm-up shot. So, I'm feeling good. If they were corner threes, it's the shortest three-point line. I don't care. So I think he's in there saying, like, I don't even want you to make the three-pointers, Ben. Just take them. Just show me you ain't scared. And, like, I think that's what Ben needs. And he's a championship coach. Like, yeah, me and he's played out because it's been a decade since he won a championship. But he's a championship coach, and that's what Ben Simmons and Embiid needs for motivation. I mean, what other coach do you want in the league besides Doc Rivers?
Yes, I can't disagree with that. I do think the Bucks will get there, though. They got the heart.
If they get there, Giannis is getting MVP.
That's actually, this is my third question, but I'm not going to get to that. Will the Rockets somehow make the top 6 in the West contingency plan if they flip Oladipo?
No.
Okay, no. Wow.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know they flipped Oladipo for LeVert because of health issues, which shouldn't have been cleared anyways. Because I know that you can renege on the trade if you ain't. So that was crazy.
Think about flipping him again.
But if you flip Oladipo, I think that what piece are you gonna get for Oladipo?
I'm not sure either.
I'm giving you like
I'm giving you a bag of chips.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you Austin Rivers for Oladipo straight up and just call it a day. And you're saying that's a stretch. I'll give you, you know what I mean? Like, who are you going to get for Oladipo? Like, I'll give you Shea Milton from Philly. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you him and Danny Green and package them.
I'm thinking of Gilchrist, Shea from the Thunder. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah. But no, not him. No. Thunder ain't getting Oladipo back for no. But yeah, no, I think I just Milton, I think his name. Yeah, I'll flip him or something like that. But Oladipo, you're not going to get anything from him. So no, they're going to fall outside the playoffs. They're not making it.
Fall outside the playoffs.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, Christian Wood. Sorry, DeMarcus Cousins, and sorry, John Wall. But if they get an 8th or 7th seed, I don't even want to watch the playoffs.
They'll get smoked. If they they would have to make the 6th. They made the 6th seed.
And if they get to the second round, I don't want to watch the playoffs because that's a lame playoffs.
That's a lame playoff. Okay. Third one: can LeBron James get in the MVP race and possibly win it? If his stats stay the same, he gets them to the number 1 seed. I know I gave you a lot, so let me give it to you again.
Okay.
LeBron James keeps averaging 25, 7, and 7.
Okay.
Keeps the Lakers in the number 1 seed. Can he get MVP this year?
First, your question was, will he be in the MVP race? LeBron is going to be in the MVP race to the end of his career.
Regardless. Yep.
Yeah, he's like Tom Brady. Also... So I don't think they'll end up with the number 1 seed.
Because of rest? You know what?
Yeah, in the West, I don't think so.
No, are you saying because of rest?
Rest. I think they're in championship mode right now from a layover.
They're definitely in championship mode.
But AD is not. So let's not gloss over that. AD is averaging like 20 points. Like he's playing crazy bad.
And listen,
and he just signed the biggest contracts. So it's like
he's playing good defense. I give him defense, but
he's doing bad. He's having like a Pelicans year. He's having a bad year. And he put up better numbers than the Pelicans. But so anyways, I think that they won't finish number 1. But I do think he'll be in the MVP conversation. I do think that if he drops another 50-point performance, he'll be top 3. It'll be down.
You think that only gives him the top 3?
Another MVP performance, top 3, because I don't think he wins over KD. You have KD, I
have KD, Embiid.
You have KD, Embiid, and I have Steph, LeBron, top 4.
You can't win it. You can't win it at the 8th, 9th seed.
You can win it at the 4th, and I think that they can get there. He just dropped 57 in a loss. I think he's gonna get to the 4th seed.
I think they can get to the 4th seed. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think Wiseman gets back. They start going on a small roll here and there. I think they're going to catch teams by surprise. And then I think that he's in the conversation because his numbers are crazy right now.
Okay. Okay. All right, my last knee-jerk response.
Okay.
Giannis or AD, who is going to be the better player and have the better career when it's all said and done?
Giannis. AD has yet to have an MVP, has yet to have a Defense Player of the Year. And Giannis is only gonna rack up more. Like, even if he gets one more MVP, that's what, 3?
Yeah.
And even if he gets one more Defensive Player of the Year, that's 2. And he has a Most Improved. Like, his trophy case is gonna look crazy.
Trophy case is almost stupid. Okay.
And AD just doesn't have that. He's too frail. He don't got the dog. And so he got a championship ring. That's nice. But if Giannis gets one, that's going to mean more than you getting one as a sidekick to LeBron. It's going to mean that you got one.
That's crazy talk.
It's not crazy talk because I'm looking at the second year and you're 20. What are you doing? What is the stats right now? You're robbing. You're robbing right now.
He's robbing right now.
Yeah, and I know that he took the shot that LeBron didn't take because LeBron, he wasn't taking that ending shot, and so that was a step up moment. But he's robbing right now, and we're seeing who Robin is. And like last year, it was a different AD. He was pumping him up like, "You're the guy." Where's that this year? I think AD's like, "Am I the guy, or are you still the guy?" It's kind of that Kobe situation where people at the tail end of Kobe's career didn't come to LA because Kobe was always going to be the guy till he retired. Right. I think LeBron saying that to AD when you get there at first is fine until the next year I'm still wearing jersey number 3 and you got on my 23. You never gave it to me. And then you're putting up more points and calling for the last shots and saying that it's your time and then saying, too small, take me out. You're just doing all that stuff when last year all I heard was AD saying, yeah, Bron's the best player. Yeah, me and him. Now I don't see that duo no more once Harden went over to Brooklyn. I don't see that this is the next one up anymore. I'm just saying from afar what I'm looking at. And so, I think if LeBron stays with the Lakers 2 more years, AD is going to keep slumping and say, put me to Chicago.
After it's all said and done?
After 2 more years, because if LeBron...
Parker, huh? And just dip on out and go back home, huh?
If LeBron keeps stretching, which no, props to LeBron, you're the star. But I'm just saying, we saw the Dwight Howard. We saw when people don't give up with Kobe. When people don't give up.
I get this. This is actually good.
He's in his prime now. AD is gonna be 28, 29. He's in his prime now. He's ready to be the guy. And LeBron's 36, 37 saying, no, I got 2 more years as the king on the Lakers. I'm just saying,
Now, okay, let me chime on this. Wow, that was very interesting. I didn't expect that. Accolades, championships, one of the biggest topics of greatness that.
But if Giannis gets one,
if he ever gets one, Giannis would easily.
And AD stops at 1. Which one's gonna mean more? Which career has better? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
I get that, and if you go off of that, then Giannis easily. Giannis could truthfully go down as a top 10 player. I'm talking off of accolades and what he can do and accomplish.
Yes.
This man, you know what I mean? He's so young. If he ever got a mid-range,
yes,
this man would run up MVPs, at least 3. Now, AD. It's frustrating because the AD that I know and love, the Pelicans AD, the last year's AD, the dog in him, the big dog.
You mean the small art market AD and the AD with no fans in the arena?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. And obviously, we don't even know if we're going to have fans back again this year. You know what I mean? But maybe come postseason.
Well, the way Tampa and Atlanta looking.
That's what I'm saying.
You may got fans sooner than...
Championship trophy, and the dude up there with... You got 2 people beside you. But
they don't care. They already kissed it backstage. They're just doing everything. They don't care about that bad boy.
But if AD, I'm not really sure. LeBron is on another level, like you said. And it is the Kobe thing where, look, I am still that man. I'm going to be that man.
Well, everything clicks at 36. You're like, yo, I can beat you with my mind. I don't even need...
Correct. And AD, I don't know what's going on this year. He's in a slump. And... he got to get out that slump for us to really excel, because for us to win back-to-back, he got to average 25 and 15. You can't go. I mean, I watched that Nuggets game, and I'm like, bro, you took 4 shots in the first half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, AD has the potential to be the greatest power forward ever.
I don't think so.
Over Timmy, off of skill base. If he wins, I'm saying the Lakers will win one more ring. He'll get a defensive player of the year this year. This year for sure he'll get one off of defense. Yeah. We're number 1 in defense in every category. I meant to call you the other day just to tell you that. And last year we were number 1 as well. So my boy, shout out my coach. You know what I mean? You thought I could be the coach, but I
relax.
Coaching the game.
Relax.
But my question to you was, who had a greater career? I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go and agree with you. It might be Giannis, but if AD ever took it to the top, it could be him.
Of course, if he ever took it to the top, I don't think that he will ever get past Timmy. Timmy got 5 rings, man. Timmy like
wasn't always
Lamar, I'm almost sick of this. And I know you're in New York, but I don't think Kyrie has a better handle than AI.
Oh God, that's blasphemy.
I don't think so, bro. I think that I know you don't, and I know this is all buyer's remorse, and I know maybe I'm just a Virginia head, but I saw his crossovers and I saw his handle, and it wasn't popular, and it wasn't in a popular social media era, and you didn't get to see his actual practice regimen, and he didn't have a practice regimen. He just killing these dudes.
He just killing them.
So like street ball killing them. And so when people are saying like, get Kyrie, you know, he got like all these connections to NBA greats and all this stuff, and so there's a little bit of that anointing and all that stuff, but it's like, I don't know, eye test.
Kyrie's that dude. And
like, I know Kyrie.
Hold on. Kyrie won a ring, not got a ring. He won.
Hey, wait a second. Wait a second. Don't do that to my dude AI, who disrupted the late great Kobe Bryant's perfect record because they were that dominant in the playoffs, and he was the only man on his team that Kyrie could never do by himself. He was subpar, sub 500 without LeBron. So never fix your mouth to say he got a ring over Allen Iverson when one's an MVP and changed the league and wasn't talking about all that. He was just trying to get people like culture, trying to keep, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't give me that. Don't give me when you didn't want him to be the face and he was the face of the league.
Correct.
Don't give me that.
But if we're going off of stats,
what about it?
He'll blow him out the water.
Who, AI?
Stats aren't like that. And AI stats are, we love AI. I love AI. But I'm going off of straight stats. AI is not that guy.
Are you ridiculous? Are you listening to yourself? Do you stats?
Do you want to pull it up for me?
AI scoring stats
versus
Kyrie's. Are you drunk? Are you drunk in the brain? Do you know? Are you drunk in the brain?
I did have 2 twisted teas.
You think Kyrie has led the league in scoring the last 10 years? Do you know who AI was?
Well, KD can
pull them up side by side. Yo, you are insane if you think Kyrie got a better score. AI came out the gate scoring better than Kyrie. Are you drunk in the brain?
Hold on.
Yo, these new cats, man.
New cats?
Yo.
Okay.
Scores.
You know AI only played 14.
The first thing comes up is scoring titles. And it says 80, it says 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2004. If I bring that up with Kyrie, it don't even come close. Get out my face.
Wow. You know what's crazy?
Did you live with AI? What?
I did live. Wow. You know what? I got to correct myself right now because I thought Kyrie has a lot of highlight moments.
He has Duke moments, bro. AI,
he didn't even play it, Duke.
I know, but the Duke hype. AI was Georgetown. He wasn't even supposed to get to college. Like he had prison stuff. They tried to scrub him. Yo, get at it. You blew my mind with that. That's like, yo, look at those stats hard. Keep smiling. Look at those stats and click over Kyrie Irving's. Watch, not even comparable.
They're comparable.
No, you got AI messed up. You got AI messed up in a non-scoring league. You got him messed up.
My fault, AI.
Not comparable. You got my dude messed up.
You got a ring though.
One upset the late great Kobe Bryant, and the other one got a ring. You know what I mean? Arguably the greatest player in the basketball. So like,
well, let's not act like. I hate people act like that team was not good.
Who?
They had the best defensive team and defensive player of the year that year.
I don't care if you can't score buckets and you get past 16 games. You win 16 games with one scorer. I don't care what your defense looks like. Like, they weren't the Pistons splitting it up 15.
No, they weren't.
It was AI. You either win this series or we lose, but we'll steal the ball for you.
See, I think my thing with AI, and we're going off on a crazy tangent, but I love it.
Yeah, because you was crazy. You was crazy.
I was crazy. But see, AI's great years to me fell off when he left Philly. When he went to Denver with Melo, he was good for a stint. He got hurt.
Yes.
Then he went to Memphis, got hurt.
The Memphis thing, the Memphis and Detroit kind of thing, that was just like a screwed up trade thing.
Like a Derrick Rose type thing. You know,
the Denver thing was really screwed up when they traded him for Chauncey. That was really messed up because Melo would say it, JR would say it, Kenya Martin would say it. That team was stacked and that team was making playoffs crazy. Like they were making it an issue. And so I'm with you. But yeah, I think people got AI messed up because he's quiet. He won't talk like all these other dudes. Like people got him messed up, bro. Like if you got something, Kyrie won't even finish his career with more points than AI. Like that's how serious I am.
I mean, Kyrie only got it's tough because Kyrie won't be able to score that many with his team now.
Yeah, and
Kyrie is dropping buckets though. I just love Kyrie, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I know you do, and everybody else does too. But when I think about the history of the game and legends and stuff, I know like we love what's in front of us right now. But like, yo,
that's what it is.
AI was that dude. When I tell you, I love dudes that came out and averaged like 26 as a rookie. There's not many people that are in the league right now that still did that.
Yeah, and I know you're big on that.
My big thing.
People are actually not averaging 15, getting a contract. People
like, what is that? Like, that's just a Reggie Miller career. Like, that's nice. It's great. It's cute. Like. But somebody's gonna pass you. Reggie Miller underachieved.
He did underachieve, but he couldn't get past.
Underachieved, and he was in the wrong era. But that's another topic for a different day. Because he be killing dudes today, killing.
Oh, I got green light.
Killing dudes.
Green light.
23s. Like you thought Cheryl Miller dropped 100 something? No. Good gosh.
All right. So lastly, let's hit it on this. And before we hit lastly, I want to give a shout out to one of my Instagram friends, Lexi Bryant.
Bryant.
Ray put her Instagram name in here. She helped me out a whole lot throughout the Kobe Bryant time when he passed. She, I don't even know her. I don't even know where she lives at. She could live in Cali, wherever. She messaged me and was like, look, she gave me some solid advice, how to deal with death, dealing with somebody that you don't know, but somebody's important. So I just want to give a shout out to her for everything that she did to help me out. So we're going to end it off right here. All-Star game. Should they have it or should they not have it? What you think?
Simply put, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it just, hey, if you want to show the public how hypocritical everything's just been, go ahead. But if you want to still follow the kind of rules, I would say not. It's not worth the risk for a night in a city that's open. It'll be one thing if it was an all-star bubble, but it's an all-star in a city that's open. And then my second thought would be like, what's up with the players' union and the NBA and the players and Chris Paul? Like, why you guys have such a disconnect? Because the players are coming out and saying, I don't want this. But Chris Paul was just smiling, shaking hands and saying this is what the players wanted about 6 days ago. So, something's wrong. Something doesn't add up. And I'm sure those phone calls are being had right now, especially after LeBron said what he said.
And Giannis doubled down on it right after.
Giannis said, what the champ said, what the guy says, the big dog. So I'm going to do it. And I'm the next dog. So big dog and me. So, hey. I think Chris Paul, who is just like, hey, you're in charge, bro. But like, if we're talking game, you shouldn't be in charge of those players. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I'd see it'll be worked out and they're going to have it for that money grab. But do I think it's a wise decision? No. Is it hypocritical? Yes. It's only hypocritical if you did everything for a bubble and you're picking an open city. Tell me where it adds up. You have a bubble where the G League is. Look, you have a G League bubble right now in Orlando. You can say, hey, we're gonna go back. But you're saying, hey, nah, Atlanta, strip clubs, Harden.
Yep.
So it's like
no big.
It's like, and how you can police people in a city that's open? You can't.
You can't. They already. Let me chime on this. I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I love Adam Silver, best commissioner in the game, bar none.
Yeah, he been soft lately though. He been soft
money grab a little bit.
Yeah,
and You're absolutely right. You can't. Do you know the backlash you would have? I mean, I think they went like 2 weeks with only having like 3 positive cases.
Mm-hmm.
If you imagine if you put everybody together and this went bad, you might have to cancel the season.
KD just left and came back like 3 times in one game, which doesn't make sense to me because it's like
contract chasing. You know
well,
what
then
I mean?
whoever he just touched in the first half got it.
That's what I'm saying. Why do that? So I hope they don't do it. And I think, they talked about it for like 3 days and then they said, we're going to do it. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. I know y'all didn't call LeBron on this because he would have told you no. It just doesn't make sense. And there's no fans. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see you virtual dunking. I don't want to.
There's going to be fans. There's Atlanta.
Because it's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be a blowout. You know what I mean? It's not going to be.
Or you do like Tampa Bay and put cutouts, but it really ain't cutouts. It's just a bunch of people, and for the media, it's cutouts. Because I was like, those cutouts standing up, those cutouts walking around. There's about 50,000 cutouts. I was like, yo, you guys, your math is off, but cool.
I like that though. $100. I would if they do that for the NBA.
That was smart for sure. The NBA do that, but they let your face be up there on Skype and Zoom.
That's true.
They did that in the bubble. Yeah, your ears didn't fit in. Edit. Edit.
I just went. That was funny.
That's hilarious.
So that was it, y'all. So that was episode 4. We just came through.
Yeah, man.
Big Dog Talk. That was a great episode.
A lot of stuff, a lot of secret stuff too. We expect to be in and out, but one thing led to the other. He was crazy about Kyrie and Allen Iverson. Was blasphemous. Thought that Kobe was facing a scrub. He thought Kobe was facing a little Kyrie, like not a big dog. Like, you crazy. But yeah, we got there. You
know what I call Kyrie? I call him Kyrie Bryant.
He ain't there.
Because he loved Kobe so much.
No, he got that. He got the Kobe package and he got the mentality. It's just he got the size.
I think I'm learning something about myself. Mm-hmm. Jason Tatum, love Kobe. Mm-hmm. Kyrie, love Kobe. Mm-hmm. Devin Booker, love Kobe. Mm-hmm. I got like a soft spot for all 3 of them. Mm-hmm. So I'm like,
you can't stand Kawhi, but he worked out with him too. You can't stand Kawhi.
Paul George, but he loved Kobe too.
I know, right? Yeah, but no, I feel you. You definitely have a soft spot, and that's cool. I just, I like
AI.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, and just dudes like AI. Like I had that with like Wilt. Like the more I think about Wilt and watch videos on Wilt and like what he actually did, and the more Shaq talks, I'm like, Wilt's greater than you, bro. Sit down. Wilt's greater. Like, you don't even come close to his stats. Yeah. What are we talking about then? And just because he died in 99, we don't want to talk about him? We don't want to talk about his long jump and his... Okay, cool. Just because he died in 99, but if he lived to 2010, he'd be greater than Shaq. And Shaq be like... Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking about. But hey.
But that was it. I appreciate y'all listening.
Yes, love you guys.
We're going to have a new guest on this next episode. Ray's going to probably reach out to his homie.
Yes.
If not, I got somebody in the bag.
Let's do it.
So we're going to be cooking. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate y'all listening to that Big Dog Talk.
Yes. Peace.